Hi folks, this is Coffee or Beer with the Author. I'm the author, Paul Honsinger, and since it's about midnight here in Mojave County, the beverage of choice tonight is beer. When we are conversing earlier in the day, then the beverage of choice is going to be coffee. These are going to be a series of informal programs where I just talk to you about whatever I feel like talking to you about, or whatever you guys indicate that you want to talk to me about, I should say, by telling me in the comments or telling me via email. As I said, I'm author H. Paul Honsinger. I am the author of the Man of War military science fiction trilogy consisting of these 3 books, which I'm going to show you on camera because that's, of course, one of the reasons I do this, right? So they are To Honor You Call Us, For Honor We Stand, and Brothers in Valor. Brothers in Valor just came out a few days ago. The trilogy right now has all 3 books in the top 5 bestseller list on the Amazon military fiction bestseller list. So, what are we going to talk about? Well, I thought in this first program I would talk about the thing that I get asked the most. That is, how did I become a military science fiction writer with 3 books on a bestseller list? It's kind of an odd story, and it's not the way these things normally happen. I practiced law for 20 years. I never wrote a single short story, never wrote a novel, never wrote any fiction of any kind before my first book. My wife is an extremely successful self-published romance fantasy novelist. She writes under the name Laura Jo Phillips. And she made enough money, she's that good, she made enough money that we were able to close our law office and stay home, and she would write and I did whatever I felt like doing. After we'd been home for a few months, she came to me and said, "Paul, you are going to write a book." Me said, "Me write a book? What am I going to write about?" "Well, I might write a book about logical fallacies, argumentation in politics, that sort of thing. That would be fun." And she said, "No, you are not writing that book. You are going to sit in that chair and you are going to write a book about space warfare." I said, "But that's fiction, Kathy." "Yes, that's fiction, and you're going to write it, and it's going to be brilliant." "But Kathy, I can't write fiction. I've never written fiction. I don't write fiction. I'm a lawyer. I'm just not that kind of person." She said, "Chair, sit, write, now." And, you know, when your wife talks to you like you're a dog, it's usually a good idea to do what she says. So I said, all right, with this agreement, with this understanding, I'm going to sit down and write a chapter or 2. I'm going to send them to you. And you, because you are a successful novelist, are going to tell me whether I'm wasting my time, whether it's any good. So I sat down and wrote a chapter, and she came back and said, "Yeah, you're not wasting your time. Keep writing." So I kept writing, and I came to the end, and I had a novel, and we self-published it. And when we did, it looked like this. We put it out, we published it ourselves, and it developed a modest readership. Well, it sold several thousand copies and got on some bestseller lists, and we thought we were doing pretty good. So I kept on writing and wrote the second book. When the second book came out, both of them took off and sold pretty dang well for a self-published science fiction military novel by someone that no one's ever heard of before. And shortly thereafter, I got a call from 47 North, which is an imprint of Amazon Publishing, and they said, "We want to publish your trilogy." And we negotiated, signed a contract, and they wound up reissuing and re-editing the first 2 books, and then eventually publishing the 3rd book, and there we are. with no preparation, no training, no special anything, no practice. I just sort of jumped right into it. And I am a reasonably successful military science fiction novelist now because my wife had the foresight to think that I had the talent to do it, and because she insisted that I do it. So let that be a lesson to you folks. Listen to your wife. They are wise. So I guess that just about wraps this program up. I've been talking to you for 5 minutes and 39 seconds, and that's a little longer than I had actually planned. I apologize for the poor lighting and the rather primitive technological capabilities that are being used to bring this program to you. If these programs are successful, then we will upgrade all of these things and give you something prettier to look at and nicer to listen to. I will be coming back to you again in probably several days with coffee or beer and myself. I think the coffee or beer are probably more interesting than me, but that's the way it goes. So until that time, I'm Paul Honsinger, military science fiction author, and I wish all of you a good day. Thank you for watching.